Shwmai a croeso cynnes, and welcome to the What's Your Stori podcast. I'm James Owen, a Welsh filmmaker and storyteller, and I'm passionate about sharing stories. This podcast is all about business owners sharing their journey, and we'll be speaking with directors, entrepreneurs and creatives from all across Wales to learn from their experiences. We believe everyone has a story to tell. What's your story? Shwmai a croeso cynnes, welcome to the next episode of What's Your Story. And I'm feeling a bit hungry today. We've got somebody who works in the food industry, and it's got my stomach rumbling talking about food. And this woman who's come to the studio today, she's a mother, but also a business owner, and has set up a very own business which is going fantastic. In fact, I met her at an awards evening very recently in Swansea, and I think it's fair to say we can both say we're award-winning businesses.
Yeah.
Well, Jessica, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm really excited to get into it.
Get into it.
Yeah.
Into the jacket potato.
Stori Cymru, Spuddy Lovely, let's go.
So Spuddy Lovely is the name of your business, and you've been doing that for a couple of years, and I'm really interested in getting to learn the business journey and how you set it up. But for those who are watching and listening, can you just give us a little bit of a flavour and a few sentences? What is Spuddy Lovely?
So, Spuddy Lovely is a passion-fueled potato paradise.
Wow.
If I could put it in one line. But yeah, there's a bit more to it. Obviously, it's me, my mother, and my best friend. Ebony's been with me from the start. She came to my first event when I was in the Horsebox, and she's with me now. We're really keen on providing great service, great food, and just setting good vibes and just enjoying working, because it's like there's not many places is there where you can say, oh, I actually really enjoy my job. Well, I hope they do anyway, but yeah.
I enjoy my job. I enjoy my job.
Good. And I feel like a lot more people now are starting their own businesses and are thinking like, oh, what would I enjoy so it doesn't feel like you're working as much. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
It's brilliant. And it's interesting when I asked you about, give us a flavour of who Spuddy Lovely is, you sort of really spent a lot of time in thinking about the brand and thinking about the messaging, and that's good. And what I sense, it's a fun brand.
Yeah.
You don't take yourself too seriously.
Oh no, we always have a laugh. Yeah, we love it. Like with our social media, we make fools out of ourselves, but people love it, and that's what I think. That's why I say like it's passion fueled, because we do have passion that makes us provide good food and good vibes. Like that's what we want to do. So yeah,
great. Well, you're a Swansea girl.
Yes.
And I'd love to hear a bit about the history of you as a person, Jessica.
Yeah.
It's weird because my sister's called Jessica.
You can call me Jess if you want.
It's just dawned on me, Jess. But yeah, born in Swansea, you've got a great family who I got to meet some of your family about 2 weeks ago now. And talk to me a bit about your journey, because you wanted to set up your own business, but it's taken you quite a few years working at different jobs to then realise that that's actually what you want to do.
Yeah, so I started working when I was 15, and from then I kind of always had the drive to work, but there was never the drive to work for someone else. I always felt like, I would love to be my own boss, or back then it was like, I'd love to be in a supervisor role so I can tell people what to do, but now it's totally different. It's more like I have the obviously the supervisory role, I have a boss, but I look after my staff, growing up, I've learned it's not all just about telling what people to do, it's about looking after people. But yeah, so been working since I was 15, started in a play area. That was my first job, in the gate actually.
Oh, in Fletty, in Binia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was actually in college at the time doing childcare, and kind of hospitality wasn't really in my mind when I was in school. Same with college, went straight into childcare. My mum was a teaching assistant, so I kind of followed in her footsteps. And then I went, when I left that job then, I went into waitressing. in the Grill House in Manaloedd, which is a lovely place. Have you been there?
The Grill House?
Yeah.
I haven't.
It's the, do you know the Bringwin?
Yeah.
It's the, like, sister...
Seagers.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I was there for a while. Really enjoyed it. I think I was 17 when I started, and I left about 19. So I was there for a decent amount of time. And then, went back into childcare. Then I worked in a cafe. And then went back into childcare again. And that's when I had my little boy. And I was on maternity, and I just got to the point where I was like, oh, I need to do something. And that's when I started kind of brainstorming then what I could do and what would be good and what would sell. But the amount of ideas that I've had about starting like all different businesses, but my heart was always in food, I think.
And do you think as a mum, back when, was it during the pregnancy, post birth, what was the sort of the catalyst? Because you could have just gone back to any sort of job.
Yeah.
Is it because you wanted to be in control of your lifestyle and when you can see your son, girl? Because I don't know where the timeline was.
Yeah.
What was the catalyst for you in you went from brains. It's all well and good brainstorming and coming up with ideas.
Yeah.
But then it's another level to actually commit to set up a business.
Yeah. So during my maternity, I actually went back at 8 months to work because bills and maternity wasn't cutting it. So so went back to work, and then when Oscar was, well, we knew from a very young age, but Oscar got diagnosed with craniosynostosis. That's the word.
And what is that?
So it's early formation of the skull. So I knew the day he was born that something wasn't right, but I kept getting pushed away, first time mum, didn't want to know. But then I kept going at it, finally got a diagnosis. And when they told us, they said, this massive long word, craniosynostosis, and me and Sean were like, Christ, what's that? And when they said that he's going to need a massive skull operation up in Birmingham, we were a bit like, oh my God, how are we going to both work but then take time off, because you don't get no funding unless your child's in hospital for like over a certain amount of weeks or something. So then we were like, I just don't know how we're going to afford it. And I think that was the turn in my head then, because I was like, I'm getting nothing off the government now. When I'm working hard, I'm working full time, literally nothing. If I had my own business now and I have staff or people that I know can cover me and still bring in money. And that was like the turning point for me then. After he had his operation, that was when I was like, I need to get something started, And that was a massive factor in me starting my own business.
So you had passions of food. You thinking, right? Okay. So was there a list of different businesses you thought, oh, we could try this, so this is trendy, and talk me through that process of knowing, or did you think about other things? Did you think about setting up your own nursery maybe?
Yeah.
What was the sort of the start after the brainstorming?
So the first initial one was like a burger van because I thought everyone loves a burger.
I love a burger.
Yeah, everyone loves a burger, everyone loves chips. But then I was like, being a bigger girl myself, I was thinking, well, I can't go anywhere these days and have something healthy. And I used to go to Spuddy Lovely with my mother, and I absolutely loved it. But I say healthy, I used to have like 6 butters, like sachets of salt, so it wasn't that healthy. But still, I loved it. And it is, what would you rather your kid eat dinner? Jack potato with beans or fried chips, innit? So I was like, oh, maybe that would be a really good idea, is to go down like the healthier route. I started doing like research and kind of finding what was about. And in that moment, because we're going back to, it must have been 22 that I started like looking about. And the only person that was kind of big was the Spud man. And then you had Spud Bros, and they're kind of at war now, I think.
At war?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, it's like, no, I better not say that, no. Never mind. But yeah, it's just, at that point, I thought, oh yeah, there's definitely something in the market here. So I was going on Facebook, going in all the local groups saying, oh, what would you think about a mobile van, you know? And everyone was like, yeah, that'd be fantastic. And I remember there was one evening, and I used to live in Pontarddulais, and they had the pop-up bont. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't have my business at the time. I was still working in the nursery. And I said to Sean, I was like, do you know what? I'd love to be here. I'd love to have my own stall or Horsebox or something. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to be here next year. And I did.
No way.
Yeah.
So that was a good first goal for you. This time next year, I'm going to be there.
Yeah. And they reached out to me as well. And like loads of other events, I was obviously really new to it, and I was trying to get in as much as I can. But as soon as I got in like one, people would recommend me then. And I had a massive customer base within the first couple of months. So yeah, it was good. But yeah, I brainstormed, but there wasn't loads of ideas. Yeah. But it was more like, shall I go down this route or that route? But obviously, yes.
Well, that Spud guy, the English fella, he went viral, and he probably still is quite popular on social media. Yeah. I mean, I've seen his videos, and I'm not that bothered by jacket potatoes, but it's great to see. So yeah, it's good that's giving you inspiration. So you had that idea, right? I'm going to be here this time next year. So to be a mobile food vendor, to supply food in a mobile way. And a lot of these businesses rely on events, or, you could be in consistent places where people can find you. But you need something to be able to sell out of.
Yeah.
And I know as a business owner over the years, I've looked at vans and looking into buying vans. Vans are just so expensive.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, you found a Horsebox.
Yeah. So
there's a bit of a story in how you got the Horsebox, because it wasn't from Pontarddulais.
No, I wasn't. And Swansea Paul would love to tell this story.
Swansea Paul, her dad, would love to tell you this story.
So yeah, so back when I was still working in the nursery, I was looking at vans, Horseboxes, because my idea of a Horsebox came from, do you remember in Trostra they used to be Get Caked? Remember that horse?
Yeah,
it was pink.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, oh my God, what an amazing...
pink Horsebox.
Yeah, maybe not pink, but yeah. But I saw that and I was like, what an amazing idea. And then... that's kind of what I started looking for then. So I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, Gumtree, trying to find the best deal. And on the Marketplace then, it came up loads of Horseboxes, but they just weren't like what I was looking for, basically. And then one came up, because I was looking for months and months. And I was like, that's perfect. Message a guy, yeah, it's available, fantastic. What I forgot to look at is the location of it. So it ended up being in Great Yarmouth, and my dad always jokes about this, like he told you. So he was like, so Jess, where is it? Swansea, Cardiff? I was like, no, Dad, it's Great Yarmouth. He was like, it's about a 5-hour drive. But that was, he loves telling that story. I think if he could have got on stage and told that, he would have.
He would have. He told me that you owe him £250 in farewell.
Oh, of course, yeah. Hey, the amount of spuds he's had.
So, okay, you found the perfect Horsebox.
Yeah.
I imagine that would have been quite tough, because I can imagine Horseboxes maybe not being very clean, or it's sort of, and with it being food and hygiene, you want it to be clean and done properly, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, okay, so you got the Horsebox, and that was the start of your journey as Spuddy Lovely.
Yeah, so we bought it as like a shell. The inside had just cladding and just like a bit of flooring, but we put all the units in, all the flooring, all the electric, everything like that. So Sean and my father-in-law did it all, so fair play to them. And then as soon as it was done, that was when I was just having a look online then, seeing what I could get in. I started making my menu, doing my logo, things like that, and it was really exciting. I think, as you would know, starting something off and like making your first logo, there's something quite special about that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, and that was my logo now is totally different to my old logo. Like it was a bit like I was on clip art, and trying to just put something in that was a bit quirky. But yeah, so
you can get quite attached to that, can you?
Yeah.
I remember I was when
like
I first started.
I see my old one now and I think, oh, that's like baby Spuddy Lovely,
Baby Spuddy Lovely.
Yeah.
Baby Spuddy.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the name. How did you come to Spuddy Lovely?
So that was another brainstorming situation. So at this point, obviously, I knew I wanted to go into potatoes.
Yeah.
And
obviously.
Yeah. And I was just sitting down and I was like, right. Initially, the word Spuds came into mind with a Z. And I was like, yeah, that could work. It's a bit quirky with a Z and stuff like that. But then I was like, is that really going to stand out, And then I was like thinking of other things, but nothing was like clicking. And then Sean said something to me and I went, oh, can I say bloody on you?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
It is a family show, but you can say bloody.
Yeah.
I say bloody.
Okay. He said, bloody lovely.
Bloody
I said,
lovely.
that's bloody lovely. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, what about Spuddy Lovely? And that's how it came then.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So you got Sean to thank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bloody lovely,
I
Spuddy
know.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I gotta say, because I've not even seen the logo in its entirety now,
Yeah.
but just the name of the brand, Spuddy Lovely, it's bloody brilliant.
Oh,
I love it
you.
because it's got a good roll of the
Yeah.
tongue. We had a couple of episodes ago, we had Tidy Tea come on the podcast, right?
Brilliant.
And I just love that brand. They make really good tea.
Yeah.
I love coffee. I don't love tea, right? But as a brand,
Yeah.
I think it's very Welsh. Because, okay, it's not a Welsh, like tidy tea.
Yeah.
It's not a Welsh word or a Welsh phrase in the language sense, but it's culturally very Welsh.
Yeah.
Like, tidy, it's something you say in Wales,
100%.
isn't it? So tidy tea is like, that's a cracking brand.
Yeah.
I think it's got similar vibes to Spuddy
100%.
Lovely.
Yeah, I
love
love
it.
that. I love it. I just think as well, because I've always been in Wales and I think Welsh are very passionate, and they, and like yourself, you speak Welsh and I think that's fantastic. And I just think if you can bring anything Welsh to your brand, it's just that given that bit of Wales in it, do you know what I mean? And we do say, oh, it's bloody lovely. And that's how I kind of turned it around. So yeah.
Love it. Spuddy Lovely.
Yeah.
I tell you what, running any kind of business these days in the current economic climate is tough. It is challenging. And I'm very optimistic. I'm a very glass half full kind of guy. But I tell you what, I'm speaking to so many businesses now who are criticising UK government, national insurance contributions, employment tax. It's through the roof. There are some businesses in Wales, larger businesses, predominantly in the private sector, where, there's hundreds of thousands being added onto their wage bill. And it's really tough to keep people in jobs. And if there's anything that's difficult right now, it's probably tourism and hospitality. Those sectors, it's very, very difficult to make a living. So you probably picked one of the toughest types of businesses.
Definitely.
So what are some of the biggest challenges you've experienced? Because you've got a shop now, which is amazing. I'm going to come back to that, but you've had a season of having the mobile Horsebox.
Yeah.
Starting up. What were some of the biggest challenges you faced?
So I think initially was just the money side of it, to be honest. I heavily relied on my parents and Sean, bless him, and my parents. They helped me start up just to get my stock. I forgot to mention as well, I was actually working in the nursery part-time while I was doing the events. So I was kind of relying on my nursery job income to get my stock and everything. So I was doing them too, and having a little boy as well. It was just a bit mental, but sacrificing it, and But yeah, so the start of it was I literally had no idea where to get my stock from, who to contact, all these licenses in place, things like that. It's just it's very shadowed, I would say. you've really got to look into it if you want to do everything by the book, which I am that type of girl, you know.
Yeah.
So many people said to me, oh, don't worry about this, don't worry about that. But I was like, it's guaranteed 5 months down the line, someone's going to be knocking on my door saying, oh, you haven't paid for this or whatever. So I went down all the right routes and things like that. And it was just like, I don't know. I didn't feel like I had much support.
So you had no advice, no support from
No.
like Business Wales, or it was just like find it yourself?
Literally went into it, kind of just winging it, and I wing it now too, to be honest. But yeah, it was. I've had like so much help though off other small businesses, and I was saying this. I say this to like everyone, having relationships with other businesses is so important. The amount of people I've messaged saying, oh, where'd you get this from, or do you know about this, blah blah blah, and they will come back with the answers, and it's great. And I just think that's massive. Like if you're going to be in a business, get them relations, because you can't rely on the big guys. You can't. So I've learned that anyway.
Have you had help from any other jacket potato businesses?
No, I think I'm the one that they come to. I feel like I'm quite established now, and I get a lot of messages like, "Oh, I'm thinking of starting my own," and I love it. Really? I'm more than happy to help. Because I think I was in that boat. Yeah. So yeah.
And there's plenty of spuds to go around.
Oh, 100%. And like, thing is, I'm in Swansea. Like, there's a lot of spud places now. You know, when I first started, I think I was the only one in like, I don't even know, 20-mile radius, apart from like the one in Swansea who's been there for donkey years, you know. But yeah, it was just great to think that like people are wanting to message me to say like, oh, do you have any advice, or what, you know, where'd you get this from? And I just think, well, why not, innit? As long as it's not affecting me, it's fine. But yeah, I think I'm hopefully a bit of a trendsetter now.
Trendsetter, Spuddy Lovely.
Yeah.
So the Horsebox element, that was the first iteration of the business.
Yeah.
How many years did you have the Horsebox for?
It was just over a year.
Okay, so it's not even been that long.
No, I know.
Wow, okay. What made you give that up? Because you now have a shop. That's like the next fit. Because some people who maybe want to start a food business, they probably start with a shop, and they want to then explore events. Yeah. So you've kind of not done it backwards, but done it different to most mainstream food businesses. So why is it you got a shop now? Because was it growth? What was the sort of what was the motivation to get in a shop?
So this was highly decided on my dad's input, to be honest.
Paul. Swansea
Paul. Ooh, tell you what. No, he's a good guy. He was saying to me when I started with the Horsebox, before the Horsebox, I was saying about the jack potato, and I said, like, it would be great to look for a shop. And I did look for a shop, but then he was like, but what about overheads? What about business rates? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, yeah, you are right. So that's when I started looking into the horse boxes then, because I thought, well, I pay a pitch fee, which is normally like £20 to £30, and then you rock up. Yeah. So that's why I did that for a bit. And
so risk-wise, it's less cost, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Because once you get a place, you've got your rents. You have like a, what are they called? Something in place. Like you've got to pay your bills, with
your
the
fixed costs.
Yeah, exactly. And things aren't cheap these days. I'm only a small shop, but it's still expensive. So yeah, that's why I did the Horsebox for a year. Tested the waters. Gained all my fantastic customers. I literally love my customers, mine. Like, I know people say, like, oh, people in, like, customers in hospitality are awful. I don't think I've had one bad person.
Really?
But maybe it's, like, how we approach them. I think.
Service, you said it earlier, that's important to you.
Oh, 100%.
Customer service, giving them a good experience.
Yeah.
Checking in on them, but bringing a bit of fun into it.
Yeah.
So I think that's quite evident in that. And that's in you. I don't know if your team are the same. Do they follow that same?
Yeah, well, my mum is very much like me. She's brilliant with customers. Ebony's a lot more chill, but she's brilliant with everyone. And like she'd never not be nice to anyone. But she is a lot more, feet grounded, and but she's fantastic. And like I said, Ebony's been with me from the start, so
that's great.
She must be doing something right,
But it's the challenge with staff, right? Because if you want to grow your business, if you want to take off a week off, or you want to go on holiday, or what if you and your mum go on a family holiday? Ebony, is it your best friend? She can't do it all on her own. She's going to need some help. But then if and this is what I think is business owners struggle with the most is nobody will love your business as much as you will. So when you're trying to grow your business and grow your brand and you're trying to build a team, it is more challenging because they just don't get it.
No.
If you're employed, you're employed. You're not maybe as invested in the brand as much as the people who own it, right? Not in all cases, because we've got a flipping awesome team here, and it was taken me a long, long time to find those people. But the danger is when you grow and you're employing, because that's where I think a lot of businesses lose it, because in your industry, if you can get a regular customer base, hopefully you'll have customers for life. 100%. They'll keep coming back. So if they have a bad experience, guess what? They're not going to come back.
I know.
So the customer service is vital, isn't it?
It's got to be on point. And I've said to the girls, I got to be honest, like, I don't speak to them much about how they serve because they are fantastic. And I think people say don't hire family, don't hire friends. Like I've looked into this, and I get it, right? Because there is some situations where like something might happen and it's a bit awkward having to say or whatever.
I hired my wife.
Yeah, well, I hire my mum. So it's like you probably get it. Do you know what I mean? Like I guess with your wife, it's kind of like, you can say whatever, but like,
oh, I can't.
No, come on, Amy.
Come on.
But but like, I think because obviously it's my mum, she has that passion for me because obviously this is my livelihood. Like it's how I pay my bills. So and it's how I pay her. So if people aren't coming back, that's going to have a massive impact on how I'm going to pay. Do you know?
And you must be doing something right, because for those that don't know, your mum was a teacher for 25, 26 years.
Yeah, long time. Yeah.
She gave up teaching to come and help you.
Yeah, and she said yesterday, funny enough, she was like, who would have thought 20 years down the line I would have been serving potatoes with my daughter? And because like every time like we do videos and stuff, she's like, oh God, I'd never do this in the school and never have this much fun. And that's, if I was to expand, if I was to take on another member of staff, I want someone who's passionate. And I know, like you said, if we go on holiday and stuff like that, how am I going to know? Well, I'll put cameras up now. But no, like it's important to me, like, let's be honest, people do like hiring and things like that, and they have all these criteria that they want their staff to have. I'm more likely to hire someone that comes in the shop, can have a great conversation with me, happy, positive. I'll say, do you want a job? That's how I would work anyway. There's no point. You don't have to show me all your qualifications and stuff. I don't really care about that. As long as you can mash up a spud, give a smile, that's all I care about, really, and have a good time. I want my staff to enjoy working,
Is it difficult mashing up a spud?
No. As long as
could anyone do it?
Yeah, definitely, but not as good as us. But yeah, but yeah, God, I can't even imagine how many potatoes I've mashed. It must be over like 20,000, something like that. Yeah,
20,000. You think?
It may be more.
Bloody hell.
Maybe less, but yeah, I think it's around then. Because my dad always says, think how many spuds you've mashed since you started the shop. And I'm like, we work it out now. We're trying to work it out.
That was a good impression of him.
Yeah, I know. But it's a lot. It is a lot. But yeah, it's good though. I do enjoy it. And people probably think, oh God, she's so passionate about potatoes. But it is a lot more behind it as well, Yeah.
So how long has the shop been open now in Gowerton?
Yes. Yeah. So it's been just over a year now.
Wow.
Yeah, we had our first year anniversary. It was officially on the 14th, but we had it on the Saturday, so it was the 17th. But yeah, full year. And I don't really know how I've done it because I just wing it every day.
Yeah.
I do. I wing it every day. Like people say, how do you come up with all the specials and stuff like that? And I'm like, I don't know. I'll literally be there one day and I'll say to Sean, oh, I'm going to do a Mexican spud today. And he's like, all right, so. And just things like that. Like, and if things go wrong in the shop, I'm like, right, that's fine. We'll sort it. And every day is a challenge, but it's just, I guess, how you get over it. And yeah, you've planned for the future then, innit? So, yeah.
Fantastic. So, okay, looking back then, what's been the maybe a lesson you've learned, or reflecting, year in, has it been a good year, successful? Because it's very hard to measure, because you've essentially had a year of running it as a Horsebox, a year of running it in a shop, two very different environments. Because event-based, you're looking for the next fair to attend and pitch, and the shop is different. Hopefully customers come to you. That's if you've built your customer base, built your marketing, your social media, which you've done those things. But what's maybe some of the things you've learned in a year of running the shop?
Yeah. So I think the first couple of months that I opened, it was mental, and I kind of run myself to the ground, was working ridiculous amount of hours, just I would never get off my phone. I was just constantly involved in everything, and I do everything. I do I make the menu, I do all my social media, I reply to all my people, do you know what I mean? So it is a lot, but I would say it's just kind of, and I'm still learning, but try and keep the work and life balance, because it can get really hard. And I think having my little boy as well, I do need days where I need to just switch off and just enjoy being home. And I'm being a bit of a hypocrite, because today, for example, there's things going on in the shop, and then I'm ringing everyone trying to get things sorted. But then after that, I think, no, I'm going to lay in bed now and I'm going to watch my programs and actually chill out and stuff like that. And things like this, I love it, and I love speaking to people. So it's not so much, I don't feel drained doing stuff like this, because I really enjoy it. And it is just do what you enjoy. If it's not working out, just don't give up, but see if there's ways you can come around it. And then if it's not good for your health, just don't do it. But it's good for my health, I think.
Did you think you've now got a better work-life balance?
I think so. Yeah. My husband might say different, but yeah. But yeah, I work now, because I used to be doing 5 days a week, 8 o'clock till 4 o'clock. And to be fair, that sounds like nothing to some people. But then it was going home, doing my stock orders, doing my social media, replying to people. It was a lot. So then as the months were going, I was like, right, I'm going to set some shifts now. So we all have a day off. I was coming in a little bit later and stuff like that. And that really helped. And now my opening times have changed. My little boy's gone into full time, and I want to be there to pick him up. So I've changed now from 3 o'clock to 2:30, because it's quiet anyway. And I think, well, his little face when I pick him up is worth that half an hour, definitely. So just little changes like that. And just kind of getting to know what works well and what doesn't, and just going forward with that. Yeah.
Great. And it's good to hear of that success. And where do you think you're going to be in a year's time? Having your 2-year anniversary of the shop.
I don't know.
What would you like to see different in the business? Are you looking to find the next team member so that you can have a bit more time off? Because, as much as you love Spuds and love meeting customers, right? It makes perfect sense if the business sustains you being off work or having more days off, and you can still pay yourself the same amount of money. Why wouldn't you do it? Maybe you just love working and you want to, but I'm sure as your boy's growing up, there's going to be a bit more need at home to care and try and balance that.
So I really enjoy working. I've always enjoyed working. I get a bit funny if I'm stuck in the house. On my days off, sometimes that's when I overthink and I drive myself insane. So I think not being in work won't do me any good, to be honest. So I think in regards to the next steps, maybe it would be a case of I don't know, maybe opening another shop, but then I stay,
You're the chief Spud.
Yeah, I stay in the OG, you know. And then I've always said when I started this, I was like, I would love to be in services. Do you know, like going on a road trip, you get a Spud and off you go in your car. Like that's like massive. Do you know what I mean? But maybe 10 years, we'll see. But yeah, that would be a great thing that I would love to do. But yeah, nothing's impossible, is it? But I need to stay optimistic as well.
Well, that's it. I mean, footfall in a services of any sort is a great opportunity to sell yourself for sure. Because come to think of it, I've not seen any jacket potato businesses. And is that the core of what you do? Because the moment you take jacket potato off the menu, it's kind of no longer a Spuddy Lovely thing, is it? Yeah,
like I've tried loads of other things. Like I did bagels when I opened up, but just as like a side thing, just so it wasn't just Spuds. Then I did salads in the summer, and now we're doing soups. But the Spuds are what people are coming for, and I think I could just literally do Spuds, and I think it really wouldn't make much of a difference whether I add them other items on or not, because people are just coming for the Spuds.
Well, I'm guessing you got lots of different Spuds.
Yeah.
Is there a popular favourite that people buy?
Yeah, so chicken curry is one of the best. And my specials, everyone loves the specials. Yeah, so they change every day. So, for example, I did like a cheeseburger Spud the other day. I did a taco Spud. I've done a Greek one, Spanish one. Yeah. The list just goes on and on. But yeah, it's good because it gives variety then, doesn't it? You know, people are like, oh, what's she going to do today? So yeah.
Chicken curry Spud. So that's one to try.
Yeah. Or chicken curry, cheese and crispy onions. That we call it the 3 C's between us girls, you know, but the secret's out now. But yeah, the 3 C's. Yeah. So because it's a lot easier to write down, you know. But we're very basic. We don't have like a till or nothing. We write everything down. They have the ticket. This gets done. You have it. I'm very old school in some ways, but it just works. So that's what we're sticking
You haven't got
with.
A sophisticated point of sale system?
No.
Pen and paper?
Yeah, pen and paper. Well, sticky notes I have. We've tried sticking it on the wall, but it gets so hot they just fall off. So it's on the table. But yeah.
I love it. But in the grand scheme of things, you know, that keeping it lean is good because you could have, you know, I know in the food industry there's lots of different software and systems you can have.
Yeah.
But they cost money. So, you know, does it give the, you know, is it going to make the food quick? Is it going to be quicker to serve the food, or is it going to give you a better flavour of food? No. Probably not. So why waste the money on that? Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, we're just old school girls, and we
old school having a good time.
Definitely dancing our way through life and serving potatoes.
Well, great! It's exciting to hear about the future, and we met at the Swansea-based Business Awards.
Yeah.
So you were awarded highly commended Young Person of the Year.
Yeah, I was. I know. Yeah, it was great, to be honest. I was so proud when obviously you had the same, when you had the email saying that you've made top 3.
I was like, come on.
Flipping top 3 is class.
Swansea Bay is a big...
I know.
I think sometimes it's misleading thinking Swansea, but Swansea Bay is... It's the 4 counties of South Wales. Yeah. It's your Pembrokeshire, Carmarthenshire, Neath, Port Swansea.
I know.
So that's Swansea Bay.
It's a lot of businesses, isn't it? So I think it's one to be proud of, definitely. And it was so nice with you guys, just because you always worried, don't you? Who you're going to be sitting by? Are they going to talk? And is it going to be awkward? Well, you didn't have a chance with my dad, but yeah.
I sat next to your dad, which was great. It was good fun.
But it was a nice night, and I was chuffed. But that walk down the middle, it was like I felt like I was on a catwalk. I was like, oh, watch me fall now or something. But yeah,
it was in the Brangwyn Hall. It was a long walk to the front of the stage.
Yeah, we were more or less right to the back, weren't we? So we had to have our binoculars to see Jason Mohammed, didn't we?
And Jason Mohammed, he's quite a famous guy in the world of sport.
Yeah.
And your dad was talking to me that night. Oh, I know. Yeah, he's like, oh, I know him. Yeah, and I was like, what do you mean you know him? Jason Mohammed. He's like, yeah. And he told me this story. Do you know the story with the train?
I do.
Can you tell people the story about Jason?
Yeah, so my dad is a Swansea fan.
Die hard.
Yeah, die hard, up the jacks. And obviously Jason Mohammed is a Bluebirds fan. So my dad and his friends, I think, I want to say Cardiff was playing Swansea away or something. And they were on the train. And Jason Mohammed was on the train as well. And my dad and his mates saw that all these drunk men were like, Swansea, up the jacks. So my dad normally sits in first class, see, and because he wings it somehow. He were obviously gift of the gab, and he ended up tweeting or somehow got in contact with Jason and said, if you want to come and sit by some decent Swansea lads, come down with us. And he did. And that was it then. And they get on so well. And my dad loves Jason. And I think Jason loves my dad too.
I think he tweeted him.
Yeah.
Oh, he said something about Twitter. There was, it wasn't a pleasant train journey because of the, hostility between two rival football teams.
Yeah.
And to see a Cardiff fan sat next to a Swansea fan in first class.
Yeah.
What a great story from Paul.
I know. And he always says, like, when I was about to go up on stage, he was like, Jess, will you mention the time that we were on the train together? And I was like, Dad, that's the last thing that's going to be going through my mind when I'm walking up them steps. But I did say, my dad loves you. And he was like...
When I shook Jason Mohammed's, I shook his hand. And he said, congratulations. And the first thing I said to him, Swansea Paul loves you. He just laughed.
Oh, well, it's funny because he knows exactly what you're talking about as well. But...
And then he mentioned it then. Later on that evening, he mentioned it. A bloke came up to me, Swansea Paul.
That's so funny.
You had hundreds of people in the room thinking, what's he on about?
I know, yeah, like, who is Swansea Paul? Like, is that a business? Or... He could be.
Could be Swansea Paul.
Yeah.
Maybe he could be doing Spud's rival business.
Yeah, no, he can't cook.
He's got no hope in
He's
food.
got a lamb, but that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, but congratulations to you as well.
Oh, thank you.
Just wanted to add that.
It wasn't a young person.
Yeah,
but,
no. Creative
individual. Yes,
yeah.
No, it was good. I think on the evening, to be frank, it was, I think, my third award that I didn't win. Right, so I'm very competitive.
Yeah.
And when you go into these things, sometimes you have a good feeling. And I wouldn't say I'm a cocky person, but sometimes you feel confident and you're like, I think I got this.
Yeah.
This job, this contract, I think I got that. And then when you don't win, it's like, it's like the rug getting pulled out from underneath you. But to be there, and it was great. To see so many people.
Yeah.
It was a good opportunity for me to network. Lots of people that I'm yet to do business with, and they come up and said hello, and it's nice to build those relationships. Because earlier you said about relationships, helping you in your journey was those people you could call on. 100%. How do I do this? How do I do that? And that's how I've gotten to where I am today is the relationships I built. So, it does feel good, when you've got 400 people in the Brangwyn Hall, and people, in a sea of people come up to you and go, hey, my James, how's it going?
Yeah.
Like, it feels good. You feel like recognised and so it was a good evening. It was just overall great experience.
Yeah.
Great to catch up with some people, and all right, we didn't come first, but
neither did I, guys.
Neither did you. We lost together.
Yes, but we were saying that we were like, we're the highly commendable.
yes, we were.
Yeah,
and Mumbles Pier.
Yeah.
Which when I Mumbles Pier were there, they were one of the, and I remember shaking the hand and saying hello, and I was like, where are you from? Mumbles Brewery. Oh, Mumbles Brewery. Do you know my friend Dave? Dave from Beer Park. No, you don't know Dave. Dave's got your beer in his shop, man. And it was so loud in there. And then when they came up on the screen, Mumbles Pier. Oh, Mumbles Pier. Right, not Mumbles Brewery.
Well, we didn't help because we were going, come on, Mumbles Beer.
Pier, beer, sounds the same to me.
But it was Mumbles Pier, but they were a good laugh as well. But
they were a good laugh. Very good.
But as you were saying, it's definitely who you know, not what you know. Obviously, what you know can help, but I feel like a lot of building is to do with people you know.
And you can look at that in a positive and a negative way. In a positive way of it can get you opportunities, and it can help you with business support and advice and all those things. But also in a competitive, I've experienced it several times now, where I've put bids in tenders. Right, tendering is a I don't know if you're familiar with tendering. It's basically like bidding for work, right?
Right.
So when you work in the public sector,
yeah.
If there's, say now, a contract for, let's say, I'm going to be careful what I say here, but let's say you're a hospital, right? The hospital wants to commission somebody to do work and the budget's £50,000, let's say. That, because it's such a sum of money, if it's over a certain threshold, that has to be like advertised.
Right.
So a tender means it goes online, and you'll see. How will our health board, let's say, could be catering supplies, let's say.
Right.
Let's say it's £5 million worth of catering supplies.
Yeah.
How will our health board, it'll be up there. So as a supplier, you can bid for that work.
Right.
And it's a lot of paperwork, because you've got to basically write up why you're the why they should give you the business, because we're better than this and this and this.
Yeah.
And I've experienced this several times now, where I'm a ticker box, so you go and bid for the work, it's already going to somebody else. But they know, but because of procurement, they have to, there's a process and a due diligence, and some people might not agree with what I have to say on this, but I've experienced it myself.
Yeah.
It is who you know. So on the negative side of who you know, if you're not in the clique or in the circle, you won't get that business.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I'm a big believer, there's plenty of opportunities out there. So the ones I haven't won, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But it's a bit, sales and numbers game. It's like throwing darts at the board, see what sticks.
Yeah.
Something will. If you're sitting down on your sofa, expecting business to come in, guess what? No business is. But if you're out there meeting people, the work will come.
And I've had loads of opportunities as well. That's come up when I've gone to events where I've been to business for women events, and I've bagged myself being a guest speaker and things like that. And it is just getting around and meeting people and getting good relationships with them. And I do think it really helps. Yeah.
That's good. So, Spuddy Lovely, Jess, I'd love to hear if you could spend some time listening to somebody's story. This podcast's all about stories. Yeah. And we've got to hear a bit about yours today.
Yeah.
Whose story would you love to hear?
So, my dad is obsessed with Freddie Mercury, and I've watched his his film.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it, and I really think I would enjoy speaking to Freddie Mercury about his life, because he's not here anymore as well. It's maybe what he could have said now, he hasn't, because back then there wasn't so much interviews and podcasts and things like that. So we could have really got into it. But that I would love to have a word with him,
Freddie Mercury.
Because he's just class.
Do you love Queen?
Oh, I love Queen. And I just love, when I was watching the film, how amazing he is with music. And I love music. Music is I love it. I love listening to music in the car, in the shop, wherever. When I put posts online, I'll always the reason why they have certain songs is because I enjoy it,
Your playlist.
Yeah, definitely. But
Favorite Queen song?
Oh, Another One Bites the Dust.
Dun dun dun. Another One Bites the Dust.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we might get copyright strikes here.
Oh,
sorry,
no.
Sorry, YouTube.
Another one bites the rust.
Another one bites the rust. Well, Jess, it's been great, great getting to know you and hearing about your journey. And it's crazy. 2 years basically you've been running this business, and that's nothing.
Yeah.
I've been doing mine for 7 years. So, it's great to hear about your progress, and congratulations on your highly commended. I can't wait to come down for me and Amy, and maybe the team. Maybe we'll have a team bonding session. Joe, do you like a jacket potato? It's weird. I broke the fourth wall now.
Yeah.
The fourth wall. But I can't wait to come down and try. And if those want to come and try it out, how can they find out about Spuddy Lovely, Jess? Where are you?
So Instagram, Facebook, Google, just type in Spuddy Lovely and we're normally the first one to pop up. And yeah, all our opening hours, all our menus, all our details, you'll find it on there, because it's I've made sure, because a lot of people comment, what time you open, what's the menu? So it's all on there.
It's all on there for you to check out. There's only one number one Spud place in South Wales, and it is Spuddy Lovely. Jess, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story.
It's been great. Thank you so much.